I'm sorry. But I feel it's my responsibility, my duty, to share this rather distressing news with you. Liz Truss, the previous Prime Minister, I forgive you if you've forgotten her name. She wasn't there for long. Well, she's back on the scene. And she said that we need to fight this battle of ideas once again. Mrs. Thatcher would have expected nothing less. That's what Liz Truss says. And while you're here, please boop the old like button, and there will be a secret word at the end of this video, which you can leave in the comments down below, so get to the end. Well, the lady's not for learning. Liz Truss, that is. And she tells a group that she was right all along. But bugger our economy. Well, Britain's shortest serving Prime Minister, who happened to have been beaten by a rotting lettuce. Well, she tries to channel Margaret Thatcher to buff her own image. 3,500 miles from her legacy of political chaos and economic disaster. Ain't we lucky? It's cost the country dear, you know. And we'll be paying for this for decades to come. Our national debt is on par with our gross domestic product. Well, they're meeting in the middle, you see. While Truss's unlikely comeback attempt was perhaps guaranteed a rather warmer welcome at the Heritage Foundation. Not surprising. They're nutters. Well, it's a conservative, iggy, right-wing think tank in Washington. Now, these so-called think tanks, well, they do like to choose names that portray some kind of grandeur. Intelligence, you could say. Yeah, but it's an oxymoron. Just like the European Research Group that does no European research, Tufton Street and all that. Well, the UK was lobbied by this US think tank, and it was endorsed by Liz Truss. Now, the UK should be concerned, shouldn't it? The people should be concerned that foreign organisations have such influence. Thankfully, Liz Truss got beaten by that lettuce. Yeah. Well, but why would they pay her the huge sums for the event, just like Alexander Boris Johnson was? Being paid by a blind trust. Nobody knows where the money actually came from. Was it actually payment for the event itself, or was it payment for services rendered while these people are in power? Just put it out there. Well, Liz Truss, she's a lettuce-losing failure. Yeah, she lost her lettuce. Her audience are obviously not too bright, but Truss needs this doting crowd for her own narcissism, just like Alexander Boris Johnson did. Now, knowing her audience, the ex-PM, thank God, used her 2023 Margaret Thatcher Freedom Lecture to assail wokeism, praise Ronald Reagan, take swipes at France's Emmanuel Macron, and even borrow from Donald Trump's playbook by portraying herself as a victim of a vast political conspiracy. Poor little Lizzie. And they didn't even mention the lettuce. They were there on tenterhooks. I need to say it. Were you beaten by lettuce? But they didn't. No. They're obviously keen on the £45 billion cost to the taxpayer. Just handed over to the rich, that it was. Thankfully it got reversed. Now, Truss echoed many right-wing American politicians who have stood on that same stage at the Heritage Foundation and warned of an existential threat from creeping socialism and political correctness. You know, decency. Well, the sad truth is, what I think, this is Liz Truss that is, we've seen over the past few years is a new kind of economic model taking hold in our countries. One that's focused on redistributionism, on stagnation and the inbringing of woke culture into our businesses. I call these people the anti-growth movement, or was it a coalition? suppose it depends on who you're talking to. Well, we need to fight this battle, she says, on the ideas once again that Mrs. Thatcher would have expected nothing less. Well, we just expect you to just disappear, maybe rot like that lettuce. And that's my word of today, is lettuce. Or any variety of lettuce that you can think of. Iceberg. Well, a bit of an iceberg, that's UK, isn't it? You know. Was that Titanic? It might be the Titanic. It hit an iceberg. But either way. Or Batavia. Yeah, lettuce. Whatever. Lettuces. Leave that in the comments down below. Or any style of the crop. Just not turnips. No. If you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us coffee, and the links are down below. And it is very much appreciated. But also, we're doing a rewilding here in France, for which you want to take part in. There's a GoFundMe link down below. And if you want to contribute, we'll plant a tree on your behalf, and I'll make a sign, a bit like these signs here, to go with the tree with your name on, or in memory of a loved one. We're also making bat boxes, bird boxes, etc. Because it's a rewilding, you see, project for the little animals. Yeah. Anyway, it's time for me to go. And thank God that Liz Truss was beaten by that lettuce. And that is the secret word of today. Ta-ta.